is from IISc and is developing standalone systems for sustainable water and energy to cater to rural India.
The journey of Swajal Urja started at IISc when Dr. Subba Reddy worked with MTech students from the army and they described the harsh conditions in Siachen. I am Gautam, a research fellow, and having worked in the solar energy field for 10 years, I took up the challenge. Our team has Atmanand and Mahesh, who is an important part of PV Systems Lab. Our solution is based on the PVT technology of photovoltaic thermal technology and reduces the physical area requirements and lowers cost. We decided to commercialize our idea and increase outreach, and that is when GDC came to our help. GDC helped us to get the big picture, taught us how to focus sharply on a few things, and conduct customer conversations, which were all very new to us. Our mentor, Mr. R. Balaji, gave us the right kickstart before the program. And we talked to various archetypes, Jawans, brigadiers, lieutenant colonels, and decision makers from the Army and Navy. Finally, after getting a meeting with the director of Army Design Bureau, there was an aha moment for us. We understood that a part of the problem is already being solved, and the approval and procurement processes are a long haul. We decided to keep the Army segment on hold. During our interviews, silk industry emerged as another option for us. Mr. Partha Sarthi structured our approach to the industry. We met 27 people in the entire chain.
But COVID stuck our team, which made our situation worse.
Shyam sir came to our rescue and we continued our customer discovery process with multi and reeling unit owners from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. More about it in the presentation.
Finally, we found the right place to work.
So I'll start sharing my screen.
Okay.
Okay, is the full screen visible, or let me just again start it? Just 1 second. Stop sharing. Okay, can you see my presentation screen, like the PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, we can. Can you put it in slideshow mode?
Yeah, okay. Actually,
Yeah,
it's visible, right? I mean, I'll just make it full.
Yes.
Reading mode. I'll just do reading mode. Just.
You can start.
So, yeah, I'll start. So we are team Swajal Urja. Our team name comes from the Sanskrit words Swa, which is own, one's own or self, Jal, which is water, and Urja, which is energy. Our aim is to provide standalone water and electricity utilities that are smart, solar powered, and cost effective for rural India. The idea emerged from our research while working on the problems of the army in the cold arid areas of India. Our team consists of a faculty lead, Dr. Subba Reddy, who is a faculty at the in the electrical engineering department at the Indian Institute of Science. Yeah. So he's a convener of the HAL ISC Skill Development Center and is a part of the ISC Power Committee, who has built a microgrid energy monitoring system which can monitor energy from 250 smart meters across ISC along with Professor L. Umanand. He has over 100 conference and 50 journal papers and is an amazing and down-to-earth human being. I am Gautam, the entrepreneurial lead, a PhD research scholar from ISC, working with Dr. Reddy. I was awarded the Indo-US Solar Energy Research Fellowship during my MTech program at IIT Bombay, and I've been working on the solar energy field for almost 10 years now. So Mahesh and Atmanand are our two other ELs. Atmanand is a second year PhD student under Dr. Reddy and is working on low cost solutions for clean energy using minimal energy. For clean water using minimal energy, considering the problems that could be impending in the water area also in the future. So Mahesh is an important part of our team at PV Systems Lab and is the EL of Swajaluja and is an enabler of our tech and working on various innovative ideas himself. We are excited to work on commercializing our idea and increasing outreach. So that is when GDC came to our help. Mr. R. Balaji, our mentor, has been the Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer and is a business transformation leader and startup mentor, having worked for Mahindra Finance and has done his MBA from IIM Calcutta. Mr. Balaji gave us the right kickstart and contacts before the program and focused our attention. Our idea is based on the PV thermal technology. Solar energy itself must go through the test, considering the harshness of the climate in Siachen. Trying to squeeze as much as possible from sunlight is required to make this a reality. So GDC So GDC helped us give the big picture and narrow down our focus on the right things. Most of us doing the interview process for traction for the first time learned that it is an art. In the start of the program, we met the CEO of Mahindra Sustain, Mr. Basant Jain, introduced to us by a mentor to get a general idea of the solar industry and its challenges. Arvind sir, our instructor, helped us to narrow down on rural industries and army sectors for our initial business canvas model. As you can, so initially our business canvas model was more not that structured. So Arvind sir helped us a lot in that. We were encouraged to seek the right people and make a meaningful hypothesis by Anand sir. A meeting with the ex-director of the Army Design Bureau gave the insight that the process for the army is a long haul and a part of the problem is being solved currently by various ways. We decided to keep the army idea on hold. So this is the breakdown of the people whom we met. We met 13 people from the defense sector and then we moved on to the next. So that is we did interviews and we were exploring, and that is when we found a silk industry. And so this caught our eye because textiles is one of the largest polluters, and silk is one of the most energy intensive fabric amongst all the cloth material that you use. Silk takes the most amount of energy to make. Say 1 ton of silk requires the most amount of energy because it uses huge amounts of firewood, which is burned for cooking the cocoons basically. So hot water for cocoon reeling is done with firewood and maybe sometimes coal. And again, you see there is spinning process. So electricity is used for the spinning. So this looked very interesting to us. So next, Partha sir, he helped us a lot in structuring our approach to the industry. And there were a lot of discussions, sometimes heated, but it has helped us like immensely. We had started out our interviews from a sari and apparel chain, Khadi Nation, who had the whole value chain from farming and production. So scientists from the Central Silk Board in Bangalore also gave insights on the current techniques used in sericulture in India. We started to look at why silk is so costly and is it due to the energy inputs required? Then we found that the silk reeling process is the most energy intensive process. So can we have an impact here? So we pivoted, kind of, you could say. Partha sir, again, his inputs helped us, like it pushed us to the limits, but we found we found quite some interesting things. we had started out with interviews from the sari and apparel chain, Khadi Nation. Of course, this one I told. Yeah. So multi-end reeling. So we came down to the process known as multi-end reeling. So multi-end reeling is used to separate the basins of handling of cocoons in hot water to make the process of finding the initial strand much easier. Normally, people have to put their hands in hot water, and so what they do is they use separate basins. So that's why it is called multi-end, and which are at different temperatures. So this was developed by CSTRI in Bangalore in the 90s and has penetrated the market in South India. So Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu mainly use this process now. Today it is a standard business here would have 4 to 6 of these such units. Each unit would produce somewhat like maybe 10 kgs of silk per day. So they have around 4 to 6 of these units. So okay. So then from secondary research, so what are the learnings? From secondary research and study of the ecosystem, we learned that for the business owner, his pain is to manage the business, basically. The raw material, cocoon cost, sourcing firewood, managing salaries for the workers, training the workers, selling his products at the best price. For the workers, it is the handling of the cocoons in like slightly, it is hot water. So finding the strand of the cocoon, initial strand, the eyesight has to be so good, skills have to match. They have to put the cocoons into the machine at very fast speed because they have to match the machine basically. Then environment also, the moths which come out of the cocoons generally die in 2 days and need humans for their survival completely. So this is because like they have been reared for so long, they need human help so to survive. The huge amounts of firewood, of course, again, obviously required every day. So what are some value propositions that we can have? This is maybe like it took some time for us to come to this. After few thinking, we have come to few value propositions. So we can reduce the operating costs for business owners who have to manage the business and improve their margins with solar energy. So we can do that. So there are drying, cooking, spinning processes. We can make it powered with solar energy. Then we can automate the feeding in process. So it will help the workers, maybe it will automate the process. We can have an environmentally friendly process to get a continuous strand after the moth emerges. So normally when the moth comes out of the cocoon, you don't have to boil the cocoons also. But what the problem is, if the moth comes out, you won't get a continuous strand. So if we can find a process by which you can get a continuous strand, even from a cocoon from which the moth has come out, that will be a great value proposition. So I will end okay, the next steps. So next steps is we want to make the tech possible. So whatever we are saying, we want to maybe make it possible. Try to do it, make in India. I mean, research and make in India. Then do the customer discovery process for other rural industries as well. Like even in my home state, there are various industries. I am at home, so I'm trying to see what we can do here. I can do like actual getting out of the building. So then, yeah, so then we have to thank all our instructors and mentors for so much time that they gave to us. And this experience has made me convinced. So at least for me, I have to work on the tech. It is still a long way to go to make some changes. We want to do the customer discovery process for other rural industries as well. So that again, I covered. And of course, this slide, we have to thank everybody, and the emojis that we have put on these slides describe our interactions and what we felt after talking to you. and the support that you provided. So we want all of you to be safe, and if you come down to Goa, we can meet also. The doors are still open to Goa. There is no lockdown. I mean, there's a lockdown this weekend in Goa, but you can come down anytime, because you can relax and slightly change your mind and get working even fresher maybe after this. I mean, it has been a difficult time, but I am inviting you all. So the journey, of course, doesn't end here. It is just the beginning. So thank you.
This is my second mentorship, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a significantly much more engaging one. And first of all, let me make a candid confession. I'm not sure how much value I added to the team, but at least I can say for myself that I have learned a lot. And this is because the entire process was very rigorous. And if you have to use a cliched phrase, whenever the interactions with the teams had with the instructors displayed tough love, because you had to change a lot of things. As a technocrats, people would be believing that their technology is the solution to all the problems, and you had to constructively make them come out of their biases, come out of the boundary conditions which they have assumed in their mind, and see what is it that they can do. That's something very, very important. And fact is, in some of the conversations, I remember one of the initial meetings, it was actually brutal. So then when we had a conversation, but actually team members were actually much more optimistic. So that's a very tough act to follow. How do you critique it in such a way that the team gets motivated to do better? That's something very, very important. And the key takeaway for both for the team and even for myself, although one has worked for more than 25 years in industry, is that too often we fall in love with our solution without actually understanding whether there's a market for it or not. And the key thing is that let's focus on the problem solution. That's more important than the product market fix. We come to the product market fit at a later stage, but problem solution. And the way the entire program was structured was very, very wonderful. And finally, since others have already spoken, Vinay said a lot of things. The important thing is the process per se, how well you are able to do it. And this was also reiterated not just today, but even in some of the initial interactions, that not focus on the outcome of this, focus on the rigor of the entire thing so that the learnings are internalized and you'll be able to do it. I'm sure I can speak with certainty for my team that they have learned a lot. Yes, due to COVID, some of the customer discoveries was impacted significantly. A couple of team members were down and all these things were there. But the learnings are significant, and going forward, I'm pretty sure something worthwhile would be created. Whether it succeeds or not, it's up to the market and up to the customers to see whether they find value in the offering. But once if you're able to create something at a later date, you'll be able to refine upon it and make sure a period of time you're able to come up with something of tangible value, both to the market and the customers. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember, the teams, Swajal Urja, one of the breakthrough moments that they really appreciated was when you introduced them to the CEO of Mahindra Sustainability. So that changed, everything for the team. They still talk about it. I think they also said that in the presentation. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I could do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all. Myself, Subba Reddy, a faculty at the Electrical Engineering Department and also at the Energy Center at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. I have two research groups mainly. One of the is working on the development of condition monitoring techniques for high voltage transmission. And the second group works on the renewables, particularly the solar photovoltaics related to the thermal heating and also desalination, etc. So we were looking into the patenting or the commercialization of our work. During discussion with my colleague Praveen, it so happened he advised us to join GDC, where we could have a better information. So that is where he introduced me to Raghu sir, and where Raghu sir was kind enough to accommodate both our team at the last moment. In fact, I would like to mention I have attended almost all the classes, webinars, OH, and other discussions which happened. I can say the entire faculty at GDC have tremendously helped us to carefully focus on many important points which were very new to us, like the customer discovery, BMC, etc. and so on. 8 weeks of rigorous training by the GDC experts and also the mentors, we have received highly critical suggestions, important inputs, which helped us to motivate and establish Launchpad, build hypotheses for archetypes for various customer segments, and also identify early adopters for our technology. So GDC has helped us to nurture, develop business skills, and has shown the right path. However, we have a long way to go. I can say that all the instructors at GDC have hit the bullet right on the target to motivate us. So myself and my two groups would like to thank each of the instructors at GDC, Raghu sir, Rajesh, Sanjay, Partha, VMK, Kumar, Rajiv, Anand, Arvind, Sham, our mentors Balaji and Kondapalli, and more importantly, Triveni ma'am, Surya ma'am, and others at the GDC. So for the excellent support and help which we have received and the knowledge which we have received. Thank you, Anand sir. You are very helpful to us.
Thank you. And it was really a pleasure to have you in all the sessions, all the office hours. Your participation was tremendous. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So